and welcome to Lifestyle First. My name is Dr. Alka Patel. I am your host and I'm here discussing lifestyle medicine and making self-care as easy as 1, 2, 3. Each week I'll be answering one question by taking a deep dive into 2 aspects of research and literature and giving you 3 actionable health tips to embed self-care into your everyday. And I'll be taking you through the Lifestyle First method. It's an acronym for a method founded in evidence that takes you through a blueprint of 10 key determinants of health and happiness, and takes you from knowing what to do and why to do it and translating that into how to do it. And I know life is busy, so each episode will be a short, light bite for you to be able to absorb with ease into your day. This is Series 1, Episode 9, and the theme in the Lifestyle First method that we'll be exploring today is L, learn habits. Now, habits are the bedrock of change. We have 40 to 50,000 thoughts a day, and if we had to make active decisions based on all of these thoughts every day, we would be exhausted. Fortunately, 40 to 50% of what we do every day is automated based on our habits, actions that don't need complex processing. Brushing your teeth is the obvious one, lying down to sleep, even the weekly food shop. Most items are the same. We are creatures of habit, but some habits serve us better than others. Actually, rewind that. All habits serve us because a habit is a choice you deliberately make at some point and then stop thinking about it and just continue doing. Habits give us what we feel we need, that immediate pleasure or satisfaction of fulfillment of a need. But some habits just don't fit with our identity or purpose or goals or passion in life because our purpose and goals evolve and change. And this is when it's time to take out the old and bring in the new. Take out old habits and bring in new habits. Except that we don't readily do that, do we? We carry on doing what we have always done and somehow expect things to be different. So, my one question today is, why do we engage in habits that are no longer useful to us while ignoring our better judgment? Habits are easy and automatic once they're established, but a new habit, it takes a lot of energy to take it off the ground. It can take a lot of repetition for neural pathways to be laid down, but once off the ground, the unconscious mind takes over and the habit becomes its own force. It takes self-discipline and control to lift off, and then you're free. Now, you may have heard numbers being branded around about how long does it take to create a habit? 21 days, 66 days, 234 days. The answer is it takes as long as it takes. There is no magic number. It all depends on the complexity of the habit, and the key lies in repetition. So let's have a look at some of the literature. Chip and Dan, in their book, How to Change Things When Change is Hard, use the analogy of a rider, an elephant, and a path to describe habits. So perched on top of the elephant, the rider, your logical brain, holds the reins and seems to be in control. But the rider's control is precarious because the elephant, your reward center, your pleasure center, your emotional brain, it's so big compared to the rider. And so anytime the elephant and the rider disagree on which direction to choose, well, guess what? The rider is going to lose. And the direction you take is the path which is influenced by your external environment. So we can try and rationalize our way into a particular behavior and direction, but it's useless if the emotional side doesn't agree. And that's why it's difficult to adapt new habits or break old habits, and it's easier just to stick to old habits. So to go in the direction you want to go, you need to direct the rider, motivate the elephant, and carve out the path. So habits, as we've said, are basically learnt actions that are repeated frequently with automaticity in response to cues without the need for conscious awareness. And habit change, well, that's based on the dual system theory, which suggests that our decision-making processes are made up of two systems. System 1 is the fast, impulsive, automatic process, and system 2 is the slow, rational process. Now, habits rely on intuition and associated memories linked to environmental clues to trigger a response that doesn't involve logical thought processing. But at the start, you can't build intuition or habits without engaging in system 2 rational processing first. You need to act with intention. So when you think of a habit, think of the 3 R's of the habit loop: reminder, routine, reward. So first there's the reminder, the cue that triggers you to take action. This is followed by the response, the actual habit, the thought or the action. And then there is the reward, the end goal of the habit, which creates that desire to repeat it. Now, in his book, Atomic Habits, James Clear alludes to 3 reasons why we don't change our habits. Because we don't make the reminder obvious, we don't make the routine easy, and we don't make the reward satisfying. And without these levers in place, we stick to old habits and don't change. And your goals, well, they are determined by your habits, and your habits, well, they're determined by your emotions. So there you have it, the answer to the question, why do we engage in habits that are no longer useful to us while ignoring our better judgment? It's because our emotions have a bigger pull on the path we follow compared to logic. And it's because we need our habits to have an obvious reminder, an easy action, and a satisfying reward in order to be sustainable and automated. And now, here is the part of the podcast I most look forward to, your 3 health hacks, your 3 activating actions, your lifestyle first prescription. And today I'm prescribing learn habits. So, number 1, if you want to change your habits, make the reminder obvious. So link what you do to a specific time or place and always keep your identity in mind. And we talked about identity in episode 1.03. So if your I am is I am energetic, then a habit linked to this could be, when I see an escalator, I will walk up it. Or after I've cleaned up after dinner in the kitchen, I will go out for a 15-minute walk. Keep the reminder very specific. Number 2, make the routine easy and achievable. Create a micro habit and celebrate persistence. Every time you repeat an action, it deepens the neural pathway. A habit develops with frequency, not time. And number 3, make the reward satisfying. Think of the immediate pleasure it gives you so that it pushes you to repeat it. And one of the most satisfying feelings is progress. So continue to layer your micro habits to move you closer to your goals. And that concludes today's episode, making self-care as easy as 1, 2, 3, with the backing of information and evidence from the field of lifestyle medicine. I really hope this has inspired you to take action. Please don't forget to subscribe and share, because the more you share, the more you too are instrumental in spreading messages of health that matter. And of course, please do leave me comments and ratings and a review so that I can continue to provide you with credible, motivating, thought-stimulating and practical information that lets you shape your health and be the author of your own health story. You can connect with me on all the usual social media channels at Dr. Alka Patel UK, and just use the hashtag the Lifestyle First Podcast or hashtag TLFP so that I can easily connect with you. And if you want to know more and access show notes and free resources, then just head on over to my website www.dralkapatel.com. I look forward to welcoming you back next week.